Let's bring in former police officer and Black Line Security CEO Brandon Tatum. Brandon, great to have you on the show. I want to play some sound from Benjamin Crump. See what he said. I think you'll find this is kind of a biased narrative, but I'll let you decide that. Watch.
This pathologist cannot rule out if any intervening non-accidental factors contributed to or caused the death of Nolan Wells. Understand, he's saying based on the examination of the body, he cannot rule out foul play. That is significant.
Brandon, he says you can't rule out foul play. What he left out is there is zero evidence of foul play.
First of all, Benjamin Crump needs to learn how to read. And I think that he was very disrespectful to the family by even doing this presentation unprepared. It is asinine that he would interject race into a situation where there's no evidence of race and there's no evidence of foul play. I think that every single person under the sound of my voice wants to know what happened to Nolan Wells. But what we don't want is for people to interject hatred into a community that's struggling right now to deal with the fact that a young man who had an incredibly bright future, who was beloved by everybody, would be taken at such a young age. But this is what they do, Trace. They go into these communities, they push racism because it's the only way that they can still keep up the grift. Because we know, and me actually going to Mississippi, I spoke to many citizens there. I spoke to all of the kids that were involved in this, and they were good, quality, young people raised right, and the community isn't rooted in racism like maybe it was several decades ago. But Benjamin Crump has to come out and do this instead of being honest and interviewing every party involved to get the full spectrum before he get out and run his mouth.
And Brandon, I want to play. This is because you also talked to Nolan Wells' best friend, and I want to play some of this sound because this is really a big part of the story that is being left out. And you got to the bottom of this. It is well worth the watch. Listen to this very closely.
The statements that are out there made it appear that it was just you, Nolan, and probably 2 or 3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. Next thing you know, there's 50 other people around us, and then it just grew and grew as the day came on. And, that's just how it was. Everybody's drinking, it's 4th of July. Everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves. And, it's a big party, basically, big party.
Yeah, and you had witnesses, Brandon, that were saying that Nolan stayed on the island because he was with a girl, and he said he would take the next boat home, and these guys left. It's not like they did anything nefarious. Pick it up from there.
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Warren for being brave and showing courage to come out, because while I was there, the young men were getting death threats, people trying to show up at their houses, but it doesn't appear that they did anything wrong. They showed me, I went out to Horn Island. They gave a very clear articulation that they left. They had Life 360 evidence. They had text message evidence. You name it, they had it. They've already talked to investigators. Some of the young men took an equivalent of a lie detector test and all passed. And they had nothing to do with this. And let me tell you this, Trace, these young men were hurting. They literally had tears in their eyes talking about their best friend who had died. And it's a shame that these race hustlers came out and did what they did, because Warren and others couldn't even go to the funeral because they were afraid somebody would attack them at the funeral, and they were not welcome there. And you got to think, these are Nolan's really close friends. He spent the night at their house. He went out at 4th of July with them. And Nolan was a grown man. We all know he was with a young lady. He wasn't trying to go back at 4:30 with these boys. He was trying to hang out like any other teenager would do. And instead of finding out the fact patterns that will lead us to understand what happened to Nolan, they're pushing racism, and it is a shame. And these people should be sued. Their socks to be sued off at the vitriolic stuff that they've been pushing with no evidence.
Brandon Tatum, you did exceptional work out there. Thank you for coming on the show, sir. We very much appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.